If the ones that are too easy, we can skip them. Is it right? This first question, is it right? 200,017 in figures. 200,017. So they say we should write it in figures, right? So how do we write that in figure? $200,017. So 200,000 we write 200, and then we put comma and 17, 017. If you write 200 then 17, then it's not up to 200,000. You know 200,000 must have 6 figures. Like 100,000 must have 6 figures. 100 then 000. Are you with me? Are you with me? If we write like this, then we'll be wrong. If we write like this, we would have been wrong. 200,000. You write 200,000 and 17 like this. This is wrong. Because in reality, in mathematics, if you write like this, you count from the left, from the right to the left. You count 1, 2, 3, you put a comma here. So if you put a comma here, this will be equivalent to 20,017. This is not 200,017. This is 20,017. So for 200,017, after writing 200, you must write 017. Because 200,000 must have 6 digits. Must have 6 digits. Is that okay? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, let's take another one. We start with the easiest one, and then we move to the medium and then the difficult questions. And let's move to another question. Question number 2. Okay, question number 2, it says, these ones are usually in exam papers. This particular question, it says, at noon, the temperature in Maseru was 21 degrees Celsius. That's at noon. Probably in the daytime around 12. The temperature was 21 degrees Celsius. At midnight, the temperature had fallen to 26. Had fallen by 26. So if it had fallen by 26, meaning it went down by 26. So work out the temperature at the midnight. What will the temperature be? So at noon it was 21. At noon it was 21. Question number 2. At noon the temperature was 21 degrees Celsius. So if temperature falls, we go to minus. If temperature rise, we go to add. So if it had fallen by 26, we're going to say minus 26. So when you hear the word fall in temperature, it's going to be negative. We're going to minus that value from the original value. Then if they say temperature rise, we go to add. So if they say the temperature had risen, then we would have added the number. But this one is the temperature had fallen. So if temperature falls, we say minus 26. So 21 minus 26 degrees Celsius, that will give us negative 5. That will give us negative 5 degrees Celsius. Right? So in midnight, it's so cold. It's so cold. It's minus 5 degrees Celsius. But during the day, the temperature reached 21 degrees Celsius during the midday. Is that okay? So let's take another question. Let's take another one. We move from the easy one quickly, then we'll go to a bit of difficult ones. Okay, say from the list of numbers, write down the multiples of 8. So they've given us list of numbers. Look at the number 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So these are list of numbers. They want us to write the multiples of it. Multiples of it means number that you can multiply with the number to get. So you can multiply with 8 to get. For example, 8 times 1 is 8. So 8 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 is a multiple of 8. So you can see 32 is part of the number. So 32 is one of the multiples of 8. 8 times 5 is 40. So the number didn't get to 40. So only from this list of numbers, the only multiple of 8 is 32. 33 is not. In fact, it's even an odd number. 34 is not. 35 is not. 36 is not. 37 is not. 38 is not. And 39 is not. So the only multiple of 8 in this list of numbers is 32. Okay? So multiple of 8. 32 is a multiple of 8. Multiple of 8. From the list we have, the answer is 32. It's only 32. There's no any other number. If there was 40, it would have been a multiple of 8, would have included 40. If there was 48, it would have included 48, and so on and so forth. So, but from the list of numbers that are given to us, 32 is the only number that is a multiple of 8. So we choose only 32. Only this one. We choose only this 32. This is not, this is not, this is not, this is not. Now go to the next question quickly. You can see, you can say you can view answers. Okay. These guys are young group. They say we should pay before we can view. Okay, that's not the only question here. They say a square number. The Roman figure 2 question is square number. Which is a square number? We look at all these numbers, tell which one is a square number. 36 is a square number. You know the meaning of square numbers? Square numbers are numbers which can be multiplied by itself to get that number. For example, if I write, okay, this is a Roman figure 1. Roman figure 2 is square numbers. 1 is a square number. 4 is a square number. Why? Because 2 square equal to 4. Why is 1 a square number? Because 1 square equal to 1. So square numbers, like when you square number, from the list of numbers we have 36. Why? 36 is a square number because it means 6 square. 6 square means 6 times 6. Means 6 multiplied by 6. 6 multiplied by 6. And that's equal to 36. So square numbers are numbers. Okay, I'm going to give an example of square numbers, like a small revisions. Not a serious one. So I just write square numbers. Square numbers. We write square numbers. Okay, I abbreviate numbers. I just put NO and dash at the bottom. Now we give example of square number, like 1, like 4 is a square number, and I will give a exclusive explanation for it. Then like 9, these are square numbers because 3 square equal to 9. 3 times 3 is 9. There's numbers like 16. These are square number because 4 square. 4 times 4 is 16. Numbers like 25. 25 is 5 square. These are square numbers. Any number that you have to square to get the answer, to give these numbers are called the square numbers. Like 36, after 5 square is 6 square. 6 square equal to 36. Then 49, 7 square is 49. Then 8 square is 64. The next number is 64. And the next square number is 64. The next square number is 81. 9 square is 81. And the next square number after 81 is 100. Is 100. The next square number after 81 is 100. Why? Because we say 1 square equal to 1. 2 square equal to 4. That's why we call them square numbers. 2 square equal to 4. 3 square equal to 9. 4 square equal to 16. 5 square equal to 25, and so on and so forth. So you square each of these numbers. 6 square gives you 36. Now if you take a look at the list of numbers that we have, you will see that the numbers we have are 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So the only square number there is 36. The only square number there is 36. So it answers this one for us. The square number here is 36. Then the next one is prime number. Which of these numbers is a prime number? These questions are usually in the past paper, paper 2. IGCSE paper 2 questions. Because they start with the easy questions and then they graduate. They move on to the medium size question and then to the difficult questions. So paper 2, you usually have this. In fact, this question is taken from past paper and put here. This is a question from a past paper. So you can get it in your exam, in your next IGCSE exam. So just know how to do these small number questions. Then the next one is prime numbers. Okay, before we do prime, we find out or we figure out which of these is a prime number. Obviously 32 is not a prime number. I'm going to show you prime numbers. 33 is not a prime number. 34 is not a prime number. 35 is not a prime number. 36 is not a prime number. 38 is not a prime number. 39 is not a prime number. But 37 is a prime number. Now, what are prime numbers? If we say this, let's give a clear understanding of prime numbers. Just like a revision, I know you know, just like a small revision for prime numbers, so that we will justify why 37 was the most correct answer. So I put Roman figure 3, I say prime numbers. So for prime numbers, prime numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers that can be divided by itself and 1 only. Numbers that can be divided by itself and 1 only is a prime number. 1 is not a prime number because it does not have that 2 factors. It doesn't have those 2 factors that I just mentioned. It doesn't have it. So 1 is just 1. So it's just 1 factor. But 2 is a prime number. Why? 2 can be divided by 2 and can be divided by 1. It has 2 factors. 2 is a prime number. 3 is a prime number. Why? Because 3 can be divided by 1, also can be divided by 3. No any other number can go into 3 except 1 and 3. So 3 is a prime number. So any number that has only 2 factors is a prime number. Any number that has only 2 factors, itself and 1, is a prime number. Any number whose 2 factors are just itself and 1 is a prime number. 4 is not. 4 is not a prime number. You know why? The reason is that 4 can be divided by 2. It's not only 4 can not only be divided by 4 and 1 only. 4 can also be divided by 2. So 4 is not. It's thrown out. 5 is a prime number. Why? Because the only 2 factors 5 has is 1 and itself. 5 and 1. 1 and itself are the only 2 numbers that can divide 5. Okay, so the next one, 6 is not. 7 is a prime number. 7 can only be divided by itself and 1. 8 is not. 9 is not. 9 is not a prime number. It's not all odd numbers that are prime numbers. 9 is an odd number. Before you say, oh, but 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime. So 9 should be a prime number. No, 9 is not a prime number because 9 does not have only 2 factors. Does it have only 2 factors? It has 1 as a factor, it has 3 as a factor, and it has 9 as a factor. So for prime number to exist, the number must only have itself and 1. The next one is 11. So have we said this? Have we given the preliminary background on prime number? Now let's go to those numbers starting from 32. So let's go to those numbers. 32 is not a prime number because 32 can be divided by 4. 32 can be divided by 8. So it doesn't have only itself and 32 as only itself and 1 as prime number as factors. So 32 is not. 33 is also not a prime number. Why? Okay, I will write them. I will be striking them out. The one that is not, I will strike it out. Okay, 32 We will strike 32 out because it's not a prime number. Because it's not a prime number. So we strike 32 out. It's not a prime number. We strike 33 out. It's not a prime number. Why? 33 can be divided by 3, can be divided by 11. 33 can be divided by 11 and it can be divided by 3. So it's not only itself and 1. So 34 is not, obviously, 34 is not a prime number. So we go to strike it out. 35 is not, because 35 can be divided by 5. 35 can be divided by 7. So obviously 35 is not a prime number. 36 is not, because just now we say 6 squared equals to 36. So 36 can be divided by 6, can be divided by 4, can be divided by 6, can be divided by 9. So obviously 36 is not. 37 is a prime number. We said 37 is a prime number. Why? Because there's no any other number that can divide 37. 3 cannot divide it, 9 cannot divide it. It's only 1 and itself that. So 38 is not. 2 can go into 38, so 38 is not. 39 is not, because 39, 3 can divide 39. 3 can go into 39, so 39 is not a prime number. So we're going to cancel out all the numbers that are not prime numbers and leave the only one and circle the only one that is a prime number. So this is not a prime number. This is not a prime number. This is a prime number. So we circle the prime number. This is the prime number. This is not a prime number. And this is not a prime number. So this is our answer equal to 37 for prime number. Okay, the number that's a prime number is 37 for this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So we've answered 3 questions. This is a standard IGCSE question that you can find. They tell you to tell the multiple of 8 from this number. We found it to be 32. The square number here, we found it to be 36. And the prime number here, we find it to be 37. Is that okay? Okay. Now let's go to the next question. Okay. This is also a temperature question that's similar to the one we've done before regarding temperature. Right? Write down the temperature that is 7 degrees below -3. 7 degrees below -3. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go and find the temperature that is 7 degrees below -3. Okay. When we say numbers are below, this question number 4, I guess. Yeah, question number 4. Question number 4. When you say below -3, -3 in a number line, for example, if you draw a number line, -3 is here, for example, this is -4, okay, this is -5. I will also show it in below. You just subtract. You say -3 minus -7. When they use the word below, it's like fall. When we say fall today, when they use fall, we minus, we subtract. This is -6, this is -7, this is -8, this is -9, this is -10. Okay, this is -2 to the right, -2, -1, 0. Okay, let's do what we are asked to do. 7 degrees. I'm just saying how you can use a number line. 7 degrees below. Below means I'll count to the left side. I'll start from here. I'll count this way. 1, 2. I'll count 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sorry. And 7. So I'll put an arrow to show that it's coming from the right to the left. I'll put an arrow. If you like, you can just put in your first and last one. Okay, first and last one. So we see the answer is what? -10. The answer is -10. So our answer equal to -10. Another way, if you don't want to use number line, another easy way is just to say They say find the temperature that is 7 below negative. When they use the word below, you say -3 minus 7. You use this minus because they use the word below. If they say above, you say +7. If they use the word above. So below, we say negative. We use negative for below. So when they say any temperature below certain number, you say that number minus below is like equal to negative. In this context, when they say above, when they are using temperature, below or fall, they mean negative for temperature. Above or rise, they mean positive. They mean positive. Above or rise, they mean positive. Okay, below or fall means negative. So any temperature below -3, you say -3 minus 7. -3, like you are owing someone 3 riyad, and is it riyad they use in Saudi? I think they use riyad, right? You are owing someone 3 riyad, you are owing another person 7 riyad. Altogether, the money you owe will be 10 riyad. So you put owing. Owing means minus 10 riyad. If you are owing someone 3 ringgit and then you are owing another person 7 ringgit, then you get minus 10 ringgit. So the temperature is -10 if you're looking for something 7 degrees below -3. Now let's go to the next question. Here is a list of numbers similar to the one, I think this is similar to the one we did just now. Now here is a list of numbers: 87, 77, 57, 47, 27. From the list, write down a cube number. Okay, cube numbers are similar to square. You know, the one we did before was square numbers. The one we did before was square number. Cube numbers has similitude with the cube numbers. Cube number has similitude with square number, but all you do is just to cube the numbers. For example, question number 5. You just to cube the numbers. For example, 1 raised to power 3 is 1. 2 raised to power 3 is 8. So cube numbers are like 1, 8. 3 raised to power 3 is 27. 4 raised to power 3 is 64. See, these are cube numbers. 5 raised to power 3 is 125. These are cube numbers. 6 raised to power 3 is 216. Like that. Okay, like this in this order. So these are cube numbers. All these numbers are called cube numbers. 1, 8, 27, 64, 127, 2, like that. The next one is 7 raised to power 3, which is 343. 343. Like that. It goes in that manner. Okay, it goes in that manner. So these are cube numbers. This is 2 to the power of 3. What do we mean? It's not 2. It doesn't mean 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. It means 2 times 2 times 2. Like 2 in 3 places. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. That's why this is 8. This one is 3 to the power of 3. 3 to the power of 3 does not mean 3 times 3. It doesn't mean. This is a common mistake many students make. They say, oh, 3 to the power of 3 is 9. No, it's not 9. It doesn't mean 3 times 3. It means 3 in 3 places. For example, it means 3 to the power of 3. It means 3. It means this one. In indices, it means 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. Then 9 again multiplied by another 3, which is 27. So 3 in 3 places is equivalent to 27. That's how we got this. So all these numbers are called what? This is 4 to the power of 3. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4 gives you 64. This is 5 to the power of 3. So all these ones are called cube numbers. So while we are doing past papers, then I'm revising the chapter with you, because every question I explain the concept. So I'm using past paper to revise the entire chapter with you. Is that okay? And it's better in that manner rather than taking the textbook and just going from one variable to another variable. Now let's 6 to the power of 3 gives you this one, and so on and so forth. So now let's reflect back to the question. The question says, from the list, write down a cube number. Write down a cube number. Now, okay, we passed 88. We did this, or we passed 87. We didn't see any number that if you raise to power 3, you get 87. We pass 77. We didn't see any number that if you raise to the power of 3, you get 77. We pass this number. We didn't see any number that gives you this. We didn't see any number that gives us 47. The only cube number here is 27. Because if you go back to the list of numbers that I've written it down, you can see 27 as one of the cube numbers. So you can see 27. So our answer in this regard is 27. Our answer in this regard is 27. From the list of numbers that are given to us, the only square number, the only cube number is 27. Cube number, let's use NO to represent number. Cube number in this question is 27. The only cube number in this question is 27. This is Roman figure 1. Question 5, Roman figure 1. Now let's go to the next question. It says the prime numbers. I have explained prime numbers, just numbers that can be that has only two factors, itself and 1. Itself and 1. Now, how do you know divisibility by 3? If you add this and this, 8 plus 7, you get 15, right? Since 50 can be divided by 3, it means 87 can be divided by 3. Yeah, it's just a short rule. How to know numbers, how to know if a number can be divided by 3. Add the digits together. If the sum of the digits can be divided by 3, it means the number itself can be divided by 3. So what I just did, how I knew this is not a prime number, is just to add 8 and 7. 8 plus 7 gives me 15. Since 15 can be divided by 3, can be divided by 5, then it means 15 is not a prime number because it means 87 is not a prime number because 87 can be divided by 3. You can try it with your calculator. Try to divide 7 by 3, you will get a divisible number. Now let's try 77. 77 is not a prime number because 77 can be divided by 7 and 77 can be divided by 11. Therefore, it's not a prime number. Now let's try 57. Now one of the trick I can quickly try, I will try if, because this number, any number that ends with odd number cannot be divided by 2. Any number that ends with an odd number cannot be divided by 2. So you therefore don't waste your time trying to find out if the number can be divided by 2. So, but the only thing is to test for divisibility by 3. Now, you add 5 and 7. 5 plus 7 gives you 12, right? So 12 can be divided by 3. It means 57 can be divided by 3. Therefore, 57 is not a prime number. Are you with me? Do you know the trick I'm using? Of numbers.